Coming going first on this with the sword. Forgot the name. Anyway,
Spear.
Spear. Anyway, it's a great deny pick for Aurora.
For sure.
Just because it will close out some of these plays.
All right. It's a Rome Terizla.
Right.
I'll be damned.
I love it.
It's not the first time,
I love it. Yeah, it's not the first
time.
time. Yes.
but it's still an off-meta pick. It's
Win
still
rate's not that high, but on the roam, but
It's still a little spicy.
spicy. Yeah. It's gonna have to do some magic. It's squishier than the usual Terizla we expect, so
Yep.
don't expect it to be super duper tanky, but it can set plays early on. I mean later on.
I'm not gonna expect much from that Terizla. I'm gonna allow myself to be wowed since it is Renegade. But I think a good chunk of this match will be off the back of our side laner.
Probably, right? Especially if Edward's on the Phoveus. Try to buy as much attention as you can to make sure that Domin can do his thing.
Let's see if he picks up a Thunderbelt or not. Let's throw over to Ingan and Naisu to bring us into game one.
And here we go. Game number one. Second series of the day here. A massive one. Massive crowd here in the MPL arena.
Welcome to
They
Mobile
are
Legends.
prepped and ready for this one. Everyone walking into place. Maybe we have a little more time here, but hey, it's me, Naisu, and Ingan bringing you the action for the English desk. Now we've got a little bit of time to talk about the lineups here. Ingan, what are we feeling about Renegade's Rome Terizla?
Again, I'm iffy about it because it's really slow, but it's slow compared to the usual
I was going to say he's
roams.
actually slow, though.
He's really slow, but tanky. But at the same time, okay, we see the crowd is really getting hyped for both Fnatic and for both Aurora.
Did you hear the community? There's some familiar face. Oh, that was Marky, too.
Yeah, that was Marky.
Marky, he's here with a couple friends, of course.
This is why
CEO.
we reached 1 billion views, guys.
Why?
You know why? Because of the undying support of all the fans. Not just the fans, but a lot of personalities, ex-players, former players, current players, coaches, everyone. Like these three we see here.
Hello, Coach.
I hope they're enjoying, and I hope they run out of their voices later on from all the screaming and shouting.
You know, it's crazy how much support, too. Although the players, like, they're on different teams or they go to different parts of the world to compete or different countries and everything.
Remember the super fan
Yeah.
who went from, I don't know if it's Singapore or Malaysia, just to support
Singapore.
Iran, right?
Yeah.
RSG,
Singapore, I think.
imagine.
And, these are former teammates, too, of Kelra, of course, earlier from, when they were all back in Smart Omega. So all the support, and again, hitting that 1 billion watch hours. I'm sure, even, because I know we have our playoffs happening right now, I'm sure the other MPL regions that have their playoffs in the preceding weeks will all celebrate that milestone as well. By that time, it's probably going to be even, I don't know. What did Rockhart say? He said it was already at
3.
1.3, was it?
1.3 billion after this playoffs. For sure it's gonna get bigger and bigger and bigger.
Well, you know what?
Maybe we reach 2 billion by the end of the year. Because M6 is up and coming.
Ah, man. That's a good question. I wonder how many watch hours happens in an M series.
Too much.
Dude, I will have to say the Sonics have grown massively just themselves. The crowd. If you think about over the seasons, the fan base here has really grown. And I don't know. Maybe it's also partially due to it's a good-looking bunch.
Yeah,
You want to grow your hair out?
Kimpy, please extend this to Game 5
I was
because
gonna say,
I want to grow my hair.
You want to grow your hair out? You better hope we get to 5 games because if you guys missed it earlier, Ingan did say.
Can you not?
I'm sure people have already clipped it. If you haven't, clippers out there, clip that because Ingan said if it doesn't go to 5 games, he's shaving his head.
I didn't
tomorrow.
say when though, not tomorrow.
You did. You said tomorrow.
Okay, I know. I'm confident. We will reach 5 games today. You've seen the performance of Aurora yesterday, taking down the defending champions. We see Seth right now getting ready to call the
Take us
game.
back.
Take us back into the land of dawn.
Serious
3, 2,
face.
1. Bam!
Boom. Come on. Where's the trend? There we go. We're a little off with the time. We're okay. I feel like that was a little anticlimactic, but
Okay. Seth,
we're gonna redo.
Seth, you need to redo your part.
It wasn't smooth enough. The karate chop, Seth, was not smooth enough. We're gonna have to redo that.
Can I just say, Oh my god, I forgot what I was gonna say.
Yo, you know what? You can't start a sentence as
Okay.
"Can I just
No,
say"
no.
and then forget.
Can I just say, I do agree with the fan base of the Sonics really ballooning up. Because you can't blame them. I mean, 13-1, if we're going to go back to the run of a Fnatic ONIC Philippines this season, started out with the best record in MPL PH franchise history. When we say franchise history, it's around season 7 or 8, something like that. I have to double check. They went 13-0. Unfortunately, got defeated by Smart Omega, who
final
bowed down
game.
yesterday. Yeah, their final game. Reached game number 3. But still, the question is, can they carry their momentum towards the grand finals, towards playoffs? Because last season, they had an early exit, right? So
They did.
it's like,
You know what people have been saying all regular season?
what?
They've all been saying that, yeah, FNOP might have had that streak, blah, 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 this and that.
Yeah, but it's
But just
nothing.
wait for the playoffs. They'll bow out. That's what people were saying. They're like,
Yeah, a lot.
they're going to lose out of their steam by the playoffs.
I mean, at this point, anything can happen. A lot of predictions have been wrong
Ours as well.
so far, ours as well. So it's really unexpected. This is why MPL Philippines Playoffs is one of the most sought out esports event worldwide. You can see a lot of fans here having fun. And I could say, it can be like, do you watch basketball?
I do not.
Okay, but I think you're familiar with the 73-9 Golden State Warriors. Where
I'll say yes.
they had the best record in the regular season in NBA history, but the problem was they lost the finals. So if it's something like that for the Sonics for me, if they don't at least qualify for M6 by going to the championships of S14,
Yeah.
it's gonna be already a,
Well, you're saying it's going to be...
it's gonna be a disappointing
Your sign's upside
season.
down, by the way.
For sure, yeah, it's your sign's upside down, but Renegade sign isn't.
You feel it? You're saying it's going to be a little like, oh, anticlimactic
Yeah,
because they had such a great
automatically,
season.
yeah. But at the same time, if you're gonna go look back at the storyline, it's so nice because you took down one of the strongest team in MPL PH history. So at this point, I just want to watch.
I would say,
I want to see
like,
how it plays out.
to build up on that, Inga, like basically, because I know a lot of viewers also just tune in for the playoffs.
Yeah.
That's how so when you were asking me about traditional sports, that's how I watch traditional sports. Actually, even other regions, like for MLBB, I usually just turn in for the playoffs, right? So it's good to know that, yeah, Fnatic ONIC, they had like a hell of a season, the best that we've seen. They broke a record and everything else, but yeah, if they don't happen to get through, let's say the expectation when they have a season like that is, we got to see them in the grand final. We got to have them as one of the qualifiers for M6. That's sort of, I guess you could say, an expectation for a lot of people after seeing the regular season.
Yes.
So, but again, if there's anything here that yesterday taught us, and even earlier in our first match with the 5-game series against FCAP, the world champions, these teams in the playoffs are playing differently. Now, if that's better or worse, we're about to find out for this one. That is a smooth transition.
That's better.
There we go, jumping into Landon here. Once again, game number 1 of this best of 5. Either team that loses this will have to go down to the lower bracket. Who is waiting there for them? That is a Blacklist International. Again, a team that has shown a ton of improvement from the regular season to where they are now for the playoffs. Now, looking at this, if you missed the draft,
Renegade.
on a Rome Turisla. A Rome Isla.
That's one of the picks that really grinds my gears.
It grinds your gears. You
Yes.
sound like Midnight.
Because it's so slow. But again, in the hands of a proper player like Renegade, we've seen him dominate using the Tigreal. He's a setup kind of roamer. Again, that's why he's called the Hitman. And even if he's slow when it comes to the rotation, he can actually pick off. Especially when the penalty zone connects on crucial moments and aid Domeng and Demon Kai to just, farm up early on, get those objectives that they need, get the necessary, the objectives that they need again, and dominate the early game, especially since they have the Julian,
Yeah.
which in this case, he only needs 3 levels to have his power spike.
I would say for me, the Julian and the fact that you have King Kong on the Suyo, aside from the heroes, that being a very interesting matchup, because you just don't see Julian pop up too often anymore. I can't, the matchup themselves between the junglers, Demon Kite and King Kong, is so exciting because they're very mechanical players, And I mean, they love the assassin picks too. Pretty much everyone is playing them right now. But Demon Kite in general, we saw what he was capable of doing even against some of the best junglers in the league. He is one of them. And King Kong now, I would say, when people have been watching him through the regular season. Oh, hold on.
Oh, a good catch right away. Kirk flickers
Edward?
in. Edward manages to escape Super Friends, but the flicker in, but not going to catch Edward, though. Counter attack coming in from Aurora. They might bring down Super Friends in the first blood. We'll go to you. Fnatic works on to get the turtle, but they're not even done. They're going to catch one more. Demon Kite is going to fall down. They want to extend the lead by taking down Renegade. Renegade's charisma, though, too slow to escape.
Wow.
The attack coming in from King Kong. Diversion play will ensue here as they also bring down Yue. When you thought that was a good clash, a great clash from Aurora, Fnatic ONIC just turned things around unexpectedly. I thought they were just gonna go for the turtle and that's the trade. Stop it at there.
And that was, again, I don't know if we're gonna see it, but a replay would be great because that was so great. They punished Super Friends for missing, by the way, and aggressively flickering. They punish them. A King Kong actually stops the turtle for a little bit, re-engages, gets the turtle, then they get a couple kills. So FNOB goes up, turns a bunch in their favor. And it could have gone really bad if it was just a punish on Super Friends for flickering forward. But man, that's hopefully a preview of the series as a whole that we have unfolding in front of us. Here we go, jump in from Brusco.
Brusco goes with the AOG Kelra. Look at the rockets coming in from Kelra, bursting down Renegade. That's a great pickoff once again from a very active Brusco. Now, so far, we've been seeing Gatot Gacha in the playoffs having a hard time, but Doming, though, getting zoned out by King Kong and Brusco.
See, I'm saying, you know, when you're a Terizla and you're seeing Gatot Gacha do that, you're only hoping, you're like, man, I wish I could jump into the air across the map, you know? So it's almost got to be up to Yue to be like, yeah, I'll take the Avatar of the Guardian, and hopefully I can do that. Because Renegade essentially, like you said, he's slow. So if the flicker's not available and you're a roamer, it's not like you're going to surprise people like an Avatar of the Guardian. Like, they're going to see you walking over with your huge mace, and then you got to jump towards them. And if you don't have a flicker, it's much more difficult as a roam Terizla, for example, to pull off that value, that amount of value that, you know, Brusco, as long as his ultimate up, there's value there. So second turtle is quickly going to the hands here of FNOB.
Oh, whoever gets the turtle will get huge value, but Fnatic ONIC, after getting the turtle, wants to go for more. Going to bring down Demon Kite and Renegade. Even Edward, despite the Infernal Pursuit, they will catch him. Kirk's going to pick up a kill on to Edward. No trade once again for Aurora, and now a diversion play. They're going to send out Kelra and Brusco.
This is very quickly turning into a snowball fest right now for FNOB. Wow, even that. Just threat enough that Domeng actually flickers. Because, look at this, another jump.
They're depriving Demon Kite of his orange buff, but not just that, he's also going to take his own life. As King Kong once again gets a kill. And now flexing onto Edward. A dominant start for the Sonics.
They're feeling it. Fnatic ONIC Philippines is feeling it right now, and I don't know, man. There's something about this Gatot Gacha pick that teams are going to have to do, and that's why it's prioritized so much, right? Because of, look at the amount of pressure. As soon as that ultimate's up, you jump in. You can make a call, put pressure where you need to. Not only that, though, but there's so much map pressure because there's also a Louis Yi. So as the game goes on, you have to deal with a multifaceted approach from Fnatic ONIC Philippines and RORA. You know, really, that's why they can, like I said, they can play around the fact that Yue, yes, he can take one of the ultimates, right? He can take, most likely, that Avatar of the Guardian, but they have to have things really fall into place from the flicker available. That's always, you know, it's always an option, but when you continuously fall behind like this, we're talking about a massive deficit for Aurora. It's going to be tough to even fight if they even get that setup right here, because even Demon Kite falling behind.
Okay, another catch from Kirk. Renegade is going to fall down. Spear of Destruction is going to connect, but is the damage going to be enough though for Aurora? Now they're taking away once again Demon Kite's purple buff, and diversion play. They're going to catch Demon Kite! Wow. Fnatic ONIC just continuing the clash.
Big damn.
Big damn, big plays once again for the Sonics. And this game might not even reach the late game or the mid game because 7.5k gold lead in under 7 minutes. as they take down a turret in the middle lane.
Man, the way they're playing this.
Oh!
You can already see the shots coming out from Kelra here, but I don't know. The way Fnatic ONIC approached this game one, they're looking to end it on the first Lord even. That's 3 for 3. Turtles building up the lead here. There's nothing really that they're doing wrong at this point, and RORA just struggling. I mean, this is where we were talking about. You know, there was a lot of bans towards Renegay's hero pool. Oh, here we go. Are they trying to make a play themselves?
Oh, Renegade counters back with a penalty zone. But again, is the damage going to be enough though? Kirk's going to get the damage with the Primal Wrath. Bruce goes in with the AOG. They're going to bring down Edward. They're going to bring down Renegade. And now they have a diversion of their own. They want to go for more. Gonna catch you. Next target is Demon Kind as King Kong brings him down, and only Doming remains. They still have their inhibitors and the holy shields, but the recalls. The thunder, the lightning shines brighter than the northern lights of Aurora as they want to end this game as quickly as possible. Gonna take down an inhibitor in the middle lane.
I can't recall when I've seen a team play with this much aggression and have this kind of lead this early on. But Fnatic ONIC Philippines is definitely playing like a Sonic here because they're still pushing to the base. Look at the shots even coming out from King Kong with the Queller. So you're still 40 seconds away from this Lord here. And I don't know, they might be, you know, at this point, it seems like RORA is just kind of, they want to make some desperate moves to try to turn the tide.
Yeah, eventually Aurora's going to lose if Fnatic ONIC plays as disciplined as possible and gets the future Lords. So I do agree with what you're saying. They're just going to throw a Hail Mary, try and salvage a play, try to make the most out of the situation. Because honestly, 8 minutes, even before 9 minutes, Naisu, look at the gold lead. That's 12.9k for the
Massive.
Sonics. Kill scoreboard 15-1. You know, this is scary because I'm pretty sure Fnatic's hungrier this time. We can recall their last regular season series was a loss onto Omega. They want to prove the haters wrong, the doubters wrong. We have diversions coming in from Aurora. Who are they going to catch though? Again, is the damage going to be enough? Even Kelra trying to bring down Doming. He will. 3 members are down for Aurora. In exchange for Kelra's life, Bruce goes in with the AOG. And a diversion play for Super Prince. They're going for the minions into the middle lane. And that's it. Game 1 is as fast. This is actually the fastest game this season. 9 minutes and 33 seconds for the Sonics.
I did not think I would see a game end like this fast in the playoffs, and people questioned FNOC going into the playoffs after what they did in the regular season, and look at that. My goodness, what a game. What a statement for game number 1 here in this best of 5. Leo, Rockhart, what do you guys have to say about this one?
Wow. That's what I can say. Wow.
You say something.
Wow.
9:22 is the new record for the fastest game in all of MPL Philippines season 14. And Fnatic ONIC Philippines making Aurora look like they weren't the team that they were last night. What does this say about Fnatic? What now the people who are online saying there's still the playoffs? It's a very different beast. I'll tell you what a different beast is. Brusco on that Gatot Katcha. 2-0-16.
He's the guy who just keeps on diving, keeps on jumping in, just refuses to go down. 90% of the games, fights, he was there, and he was happy to take it. And again, in a relatively quick manner. I didn't even know towers could break that fast.
I lost track. Honestly, at about the 6-7 minute mark, I was just about to come up with my thesis statement of how Fnatic ONIC are outplaying, outclassing, outmaneuvering, and outgunning Aurora. Mainly it's because of their range. The diversity in their engagements and the kind of damage profile that they have, it's just the perfect mix that Aurora can answer back. Rockhart, you know why the MVP is Gatot?
Yeah.
Why the MVP is Brusco? He's the
why not?
perfect example of how you cannot pick a fight against Fnatic ONIC.
I mean, I guess he does embody that, right?
Right,
If you pick a fight with me, you better make sure you can finish it because you can't run away.
Exactly. Up close, I'll taunt you, and I will out-sustain you. Far away, I can stun like 3 of your friends, and then still fight.
So you always got to keep me on my toes or else you're going to lose out. And in fairness to Aurora, multiple times, wow, what a catch, by the way.
9:15 is the moment where my jaw dropped and my new pair of pants could not come any sooner. Did you see that play? The answer to the diversion stolen away by Aurora? Dude, they were playing man-to-man. How do you man-to-man defense in a play wherein you're the defender?
Yeah, I mean, it's just straight to the base. You go, I guess. You skip so many steps.
It's like they're attached by the umbilical cord.
That's right. I mean, it was not a perfect game by, there were some slip-ups here and there.
They died a couple times.
I think it was a sacrifice necessary to kind of speed it up and make sure there was no room for Aurora to actually fight back.
Smart trades.
Right? I would trade some kills just to make sure I could end the game right now. Something like that.
Looking at the item builds here, Aurora, they couldn't build much. All right, look at Demon Kite, forced to rush that Blood Wings on his way to a Feathered Heaven, nothing. Looking at Renegade, couldn't even build a full item. Edward, again, being who he is, doesn't really like the Thunderbelt. Built his War Axe first, so that
Straight
means
up.
he's soft.
And again, this is also the reason why I don't really like Trizzle on Roam is, that. I mean, Tigreal, you can go all game long without an item, but you can still make a big impact.
That's right.
Trizzle kind of has to stay there for a few seconds.
And the fact
know?
that Body of Smith now scales, meaning if you end the game fast enough, that means Body Smith would have capped at 20%, 25%.
That's right.
That's-
And you can't really maximize it.
That's baby damage reduction.
That's true. And you're standing there, and it's so hard to... No matter how skilled you are, by the way, no matter how good at you are at moving, at playing, at casting skills, if you're as squishy as hell, you might as well just pick another one.
And that is the dilemma that Aurora has on their hands right now. They picked up good heroes, yes. Roll to roll. Asterisk on maybe that Tirizla. Good try, Renegade. NT. But big picture, it doesn't come together as good as how Fnatic ONIC made theirs work.
That's right. I mean, this is the lineup that can move across the map with relative ease. It can duel each and every lane, and you'll probably get a win 6 out of 10 times. And
That's conservative numbers.
that's conservative, right? I mean, initially, before they start playing,
For sure.
I think they already had like a 60% like advantage.
Minus a snowball.
But yeah, they did go into snowball mode as well, so that's like double damage, double the amount of pressure you could put out on the map in a short amount of time.
There was no need for Fnatic ONIC to actually speed up. Like, they could have won still at 12, 13, 15. But the fact that at minute 1 or 2, if I'm not mistaken, Super Prince forward flickered. That means he means business. That means they're all on the same page, that we're going to push our advantage as hard as we could to snowball out of control. And I'm sure that was just an additional check off the list, but they broke their own records. The fastest game in the season.
9:42. And again, I didn't believe it could happen in the playoffs, bro. Come on, that's like just they're just trying to outdo themselves. And again, if you're trying to improve yourself, that's the best thing to do. You just try to be a better version of who you were yesterday. And first, they did some magic, I guess, during the downtime, 10-day downtime.
Some ONIC magic.
ONIC magic was pretty much around the
It
corner.
was Fnatic. Tastical.
Fanatic.
That's the word. That's the word.
I believe you.
This leaves us now to ask the question, what could have Aurora done different? Draft was fine. Their play was clean up until it was out of their control. Something tells me Midnight might have the answer. He might be able to give us a
Hopefully.
little more in-depth insights on what happened in Game 1.
Fastest game ever, and here's how it went. Magandang buhay, my name is Andy Anara, and welcome to the analyst
Heads up
stand
with
kung
you.
saan break lang naman ng Fnatic ONIC Philippines ang kanilang record na CNET in the regular season, and the entire lineup of Fnatic ONIC Philippines, the super family, on its own has lockdown. They have the ED and they have the Gatong Tasha. And what makes this special is the fact that Brusco doesn't hesitate casting the Avatar of the Guardian whenever he can. We see in the early stages of the game, he caught Renny J towards that turtle pit. And that paved the way for them to be able to amass a huge amount of gold earlier on into the match. 5 minutes in, they had 1k gold per minute. And then when the time came, they had 11, 12k gold against their opponent. The entire lineup of Fnatic ONIC Philippines moved so fast to the point that Aurora MLBB wasn't able to respond properly because they have the ultimate coming from the Louis, the lockdown coming from the Edith, the Gatot Kacha, the damage output coming from the Filipino Savage. And if we are gonna look at the item progression, specifically coming from Kelra, he had the audacity to be able to build the Blade of Despair mostly because of the fact that he was able to farm earlier on into the match. It didn't come to a point wherein Kelra was suffocated in his lane because we saw how Aurora MLBB wasn't able to respond, as I've said earlier, and the tempo and the momentum of the entire matchup was dictated entirely by a Fnatic ONIC Philippines. And as we see here, we've been able to see just how the Super Family sticks to their guns. Nakita natin kung paano ni Super Family sila all throughout the match because they stick together and they were able to do what they do best. It seems as if the regular season curse isn't true in the case of Fnatic ONIC Philippines because they were able to execute their entire lineup properly, and that is how they were able to set the new record. But now, we'll head on over back to our panel.
Thanks, Antianara, for adding a little bit more detail into the breakdown of game number 1. Anti mentioned farm. It's because of the aforementioned factors of Fnatic ONIC performance that just choked down the farm on Aurora.
And number one, not just farm jungle, okay? Every single lane's farm. And again, it just kind of boils down to resource management at this point. Throwing where you can afford to throw King Kong, at the same time juggling his duties as clearing your own camps. It was just efficient. It was so efficient, and that's the only way that you can reach this 9:42 game time.
9:34 is the final number.
9:34.
Just got word from our producers, 9:34. And as well, a quick update. That's a 4-0 now, Rockhard. 4-0 on Beatrix for Kelra, and then 5-1 for Kirk's Edith. I mean, we don't count the stats here. Again, this is asterisk, excluding the stats from this match, but it just shows you their mastery.
And again, if you're talking about mastery, who else? Who better masters a Beatrix than Kelra? Who, by the way, didn't buy a Sky Piercer.
We don't want to start no online flame wars, all right?
Of course.
Consider what you just said, but yeah.
Yes, it's true though.
Here in this match.
In this specific match, if you're putting in the bubble, it's hard to argue against Kelra's Beatrix, who I was surprised by his runner's apathy, turning it into a shotgun most of the time. And again, didn't build a Sky Piercer, didn't even bother with a Sky Piercer because they knew they were going to end this very quickly.
He didn't need to save up. Again, he knew that the game was ending soon, and the rest of the team knew the game was ending soon. And that's how we end up now at game number 2, 1-0. Again, the shortest game record in Season 14 broken. Considering what happened and all of the factors mentioned, how this how we come to this, like 9:34.
Yeah.
What are our best practices for Aurora? What do they take in the game? What do they take in the game number 2?
I'm gonna just say, don't bother banning out heroes like the Suyo, the Fan. I mean,
wait, don't bother?
Yeah, here's the thing.
Okay.
The hero pool for King Kong is just too massive now. He has too much. He has so many heroes now. Maybe just try to choose your poison better.
Allow Demon Kai to at least have a fighting chance.
Yes, that's my point actually. You can't really efficiently ban out first phase against King Kong, so I believe just try to make space for Demon Kite so that in the draft you can get a better pick for him earlier.
Something tells me we also have to watch out for the Tigreal. I mean, it did show its face in the bans earlier.
Yep.
But just checking the stats, it's both Roamer's #1 pick.
Brusco and Renegade.
Tigreal, Renegade.
Not surprised.
Tigreal, Brusco, it's just things of beauty. Mwah. So don't bother.
Yeah. But you know what? For me, in terms of the Sonics, I believe it was so smart of them to actually kind of force Renegade into a pick that's not a Matilda
Yeah,
and not a Tigreal.
Yeah, how they managed to do that? Like, is the meta so bad for heroes like Minotaur? They lost on the Minotaur yesterday.
Yes, they did, yeah.
At this point, I'm still trying to forget what happened there in Game 4. Don't watch it.
It was so
Watch the
quick.
highlights, but
So quick. It's a quick game anyway.
very
Game
bad.
4, yeah.
Renegade played a Kaja yesterday. Hey,
It worked.
maybe that worked. Maybe you could go
That worked.
play for the Kaja Matrix.
I mean, it was really spicy. That was spicy, but
Yeah, no, Fnatic honestly not gonna fall for that.
it's so mechanically linear. Like, you can see it. You can probably see it from a mile away. We'll talk about that more in a bit. I'm sure I would love... I think we can base it once we know who goes first.
Yeah.
Right.
That is a side selection coming up in just a bit, but first we would like to invite everyone to celebrate the achievements of our teams, our players, and coaches in the Alamat Awards. That'll happen on the third day of our playoffs tomorrow, October 18. Mark your calendars and be a part of the Alamat.
And you don't want to miss out who becomes a legend as well. Again, these are not like the Hall Legends. I think we might
That's
just move
something
that
else.
soon. That's gonna be happening some other time.
That's
But for
another-
now, we want to know who like the regular season MVP is, right?
of the season,
Stuff, rookie of the
Most
season,
improved.
and all of that is coming. We're gonna reveal all of that tomorrow. So make sure to set your alarms. You never know when it's gonna happen. Maybe start of the game, maybe start of second series.
And all the more, it's another chance for you to see if your vote paid off, because this guy didn't.
Yes, that's correct. It's factual. I missed the deadline. I tried, but I missed the deadline.
Catching up to MPL workloads takes its toll, but hey, he'll be here tomorrow. We'll all be here tomorrow
We'll all
to
be here
celebrate,
tomorrow.
and that's enough.
Personal pick. Let's just air out personal picks.
Yeah, okay.
Most improved, I think, is Perks. He went from 0 to 10.
Sure, my
Yeah.
most improved is Andoryu.
I mean, come on, that guy was a beast.
NT
Regardless of where they are ranked.
NT-OMG, but I still think, yeah.
Yeah, right? So far, people have transformed. And here we go.
All right, more on the Alamat Awards tomorrow. Again, come on down, celebrate with us. Let's talk about side selection. Game 2, away team chooses, and away is Aurora. They say blue. They're at 59% win rate on blue, and their prio pick win rate is 54%. Call it 55. Let's call it 55.
That's not bad. And again, these are averages. It's kind of easy to forget once you know who's on the other side right now, and it's FNOP. And these teams don't care about averages at this point.
Rockhart, besides numbers, something just dawned on me.
But
Fnatic Onyx average game time started at 16.26 minutes, or 16:26 minutes before the game 1. That 9:34 victory is going to pull that average way low.
way low, for sure.
I think they're about to become #1 fastest.
And I guess that's one of the keys as well, right? Like making sure that you can kind of close out these games before they actually get started. That did the trick for them in a lot of lineups that want to go late game. So you know what? ONIC knows when the team is kind of trying to buy time, and they know how to stop that.
So here, I think Coach Why Not and the rest of Fnatic Onyx, they read the room, and they say Aurora is a late game team. Let's end it quick.
That's right. And again, tools that can do that probably are in their pockets right now. Like the Fanny, the Lo Yi can rotate to go laners who are struggling,
Yep.
right? So
The Link can do the same.
the Ling,
Even
exactly.
if it's technically a scaling hero, the way King Kong and the rest of Fnatic Onyx play it could change that.
That's right. King Kong is called Ling Kong for a lot of reasons, and one of them is that he can fight and he can find these really weird scenarios where he can still get an edge even if he's behind.
Yeah, we've seen his Ling in the regular season go up to like 10, 11 minutes without a single kill, and then just suddenly end at 15, 16.
That's right.
Like, it's just from out of nowhere. So with that said, we're about to head into the draft. Again, Rora at blue. So there's a lot on the plate for Coach Master the Basics, Coach Dexstar, Fnatic Onyx, Coach Why Not? Coach Hayes barely even breaking sweat.
Yeah. Can't forget about Sky King Ling Kong.
Hey, are we allowed to say that?
Not really. I retract that statement.
You're starting up a lot of ish online, Rockhart.
I retract that statement.
All right, here we go. Opening volley for Master the Basics. The Lo Yi, the Fanny, and the Zhu Xin.
All right, so at least they kind of do their homework. The two people that we mentioned that can really pick off struggling gold laners the Loyi and the Fanny are
Yeah.
banned out. That leaves a lot here, to be honest, for FNOP. Do you want to ban the Tigreal
I am
now?
not the only one bound
No?
by
You
this.
want
I
to
don't
ban
think
now?
so. Tigreal ban came in later.
Yeah.
This is just covering their bases, Coach. Why not? The Chimp, the Matilda, and the
The immortal
Mobius.
one chose me to
That's a
vanquish
Suyo.
the shadows.
Suyo.
Play
Safe
this
enough.
world.
Do they go Kaja here? I don't think so. I don't think you rush the Kaja.
Yeah, we're talking about like straight up counters for Suyo.
You can get the Gatoti. You can get the Gatoti right now.
Spoiler alert, there's no straight up counter to Suyo yet.
Or Edith Valentina?
evil gods.
Oh no, Edith Gatoti.
Edith Gatoti. Alright,
They don't
very
care.
solid picks right now for FNOP, making sure that their front line's locked in.
They don't care. So you go Valentina. Oh, do you go
It
to mid trio? Is that it?
Yes,
Mid trio
yes.
For Aurora right now?
This is a perfect. I don't know if FNOP is setting up for. Oh, we have an Edith. You should pick Valentina here.
Right, yeah.
Right.
That seems to be the play.
Feels like a trap though.
Definitely.
Right.
I think it's a trap. I
Uh,
think it's a trap.
Either way, you still want to go Roamer here probably. You want to lock in Tigreal here.
One or the other. Yeah. Look at this. That's what the basics.
Harif is in.
Look into Renegades' beautiful eyes, saying, "Are you sure?" No, it's fine, Coach. Let him pick first. Give him the Harith.
Now Harif is great, so
This is Rome or mid.
probably Roam, right? Mid is kind of crucial here because it can get kind of easily banned out.
But my faith will
So it's
always
pretty
protect
smart for
me.
them to take it right now.
They take the counter trap. They take the old reliable Vexana.
Usually they would love to actually put that on Super Prince in these scenarios where there's a Gatot Kacha. So you're right. I think they put up a trap themselves, Aurora here.
Yep, they stole it away. I can already see it like a trampoline. AOG and the EG.
Yep.
That's an AO gag.
And yeah, that's right. And Domin can kind of just do whatever he wants after that, right?
Yep.
Among
So,
the planes exists
great,
the
great pull
equilibrium.
here.
The only
Was that Eve?
Yes, the only other winning Eve, if I'm not mistaken, NPL Philippines. It's now a small club of super friends and few. Folks, blast me in the comments. Reach out to me on social media if I got the stat wrong.
Is it one apiece? One win apiece?
2 now for few.
Two for few. Okay, two for few. Because of
Alright.
the game earlier.
That's right. The
Right,
series
thank you.
earlier.
Thank you,
So
thank
with that said, Tigreal getting banned out. Oh man, Renegade such a martyr.
I knew he was.
Renegade, he's so unselfish.
They knew it was gonna happen, right?
He's so kind.
You say all the adjectives for Renegade now.
All the good adjectives.
Good adjective.
He can never be bad in my eyes.
One adjective you can add to that is also flexible, very versatile.
Oh yeah,
He
for sure.
he does not
What was the
care.
number? 16, 17 picks?
16 picks, yeah.
Dear Lord.
And that includes picks like the Trizla, like we mentioned earlier, which again didn't really work in game one, but who knows? Maybe if you add it in this one, maybe.
No. With this 3 here, I don't think Teresa's chunky enough to hold the line.
They're just gonna die and evaporate.
Just gonna die.
Sand rises when I give the
They
word.
ban out the Khalid, given that it is still Edward and Renegade lacking their picks. Another gold laner.
waters run deep.
Oh, it's
Oh.
okay.
Oh wait, yeah, I didn't notice. Wow.
I didn't notice they didn't have a jungler yet.
Correct.
That's not usually how they draft.
So are we gonna see the Hayabusa?
I mean, Hayabusa's great. Honestly, especially against Suyo, you can kind of chase the Suyo pretty easily. You can also just duel him 1v1. But, I don't know how that's going to fare for the rest of the team. But maybe after your ult, you might have problems with damage.
Yeah. You know who's good with damage?
What?
Bane.
Bane is...
Upon the
Not gonna happen. This is
Nolan.
better damage. Nolan. Okay. All right. Carl Teasy played a hell of a Bane last night. Didn't lead him to the series win, but it was good.
And the Nolan actually does kind of just answer the Vexana and the Harith. You can't go willy-nilly into a fight.
You have to respect
Have to respect the
the
Nolan.
potential. So with that said, Renegade and Edward and Renegade, their picks are up.
True love is like blood.
Right now, is that Carmilla?
Yep.
That's Carmilla.
Carmilla into the Terizla. So at least now we can rest easy knowing that this is a Rome Carmilla and the Terizla on Edward, who almost single-handedly won in the series against Liquid last
How
night.
many picks for Renegade on the Carmilla?
This is his second or third
Second
total.
or third? Yeah, something like that.
He's picked it once.
To me,
And Lilia. Sorry, Wan Wan. All right.
All right.
Sounds
An
like
old
Lilia.
favorite
All right.
for Kelra.
All right. They can duel pretty well. Most of these people on ONIC, again, they want to go fast. go live and win.
Not allowing this game to go past the 18-minute mark would be their best bet. It would be advisable that they lean hard into the box. They got 2 boxes, man. Well, one is a circle technically.
That's right. And take out the Harith, take out the Suyo early. It was actually really good. Shut him down just like they did in game 1.
But here's the thing, they don't have any real hold for the Suyo. Their best hold to the Suyo is just kill it.
Yes, the Suyo doesn't care about that box. He's just gonna vanish from existence and just walk out.
Can FNOP do that? Can they vanquish Suyo? We'll find out as we go to game number 2.
And here we go. Welcome once again to the English desk here. I'm Naisu, joined with Ingan. And you saw the lineup ratings for the
Welcome
index
to
here, man.
Mobile
It's,
Legends.
quite a difference. About a 7.5 versus a 4.9 or so. But this time around, we'll see if RORA can at least get to a later game. Because if you missed game 1, it was because it was a record-breaking, 934 or so. So we'll see. Adjustments here. Ingan, how are we feeling about the lineups?
Okay, so far, I like that the Terizla is finally on the XP lane in the hands of Edward, because yesterday, we saw Edward rock this Terizla. Huge win, huge gameplay coming in from Legend Zero. So, and looking back at the lineup rating again, Aurora has a more balanced lineup. So I think they can counter out or at least prevent the early aggression that Fnatic ONIC plans to do.
Yeah, part of this too is, I mean, we've seen this a couple times now, like Leo and Rockhart mentioned, you know, the Eve, it's only, what, maybe two players, right, that have found success on it.
Few.
Super Prince and Few being those two.
Few players.
Yeah, literally a few players. And, you know, for the most part, like, yeah, you want to fight around the box, but I think even regardless of the Eve or not, the big thing here is, once again, Brusco having his hands here on the Gatakacha, like, this is going to be a problem, I feel like, for RORA.
Okay, the stun onto Brusco. They want to burst him down,
Wow.
but instead, Renegade is the one who's going to fall. First blood will be picked up by Brusco, the one they were targeting.
See what I mean?
Fnatic is turning it around.
As I was just saying, like, that
Yeah.
is the big thing for me, because right now the teams that do go ahead and grab the Gatakacha, like, he's a little elusive, because when you are targeting him down, even this early point in the game, and he has a Revitalize, and he's tanky, and then he get that little extra heal from his passive, like, it's tough, because you think you're going to take him out, and then all of a sudden, boom, he gets a shot in, passive procs, Revitalize goes through, and then next thing you know, he's half health, right?
Yeah. And also the fast star response, the teammates of Brusco to aid him in bringing down Renegade, a Carmilla who's quite tanky, as Brusco is even just holding the turtle, and eventually waiting for a King Kong to appear with his Nolan. So let's see.
Fine. They're going to approach this. Edward, like you said, this time around, he'll hold that front side, does have the penalty zone and the flicker available, so they're actually going to take this very slowly. Super Prince also waiting around the corner. There's a knock-in.
And an onward combination onto Renegade. King Kong is waiting for the perfect opportunity.
Kite.
But still, Demon Brusco and Renegade again will fall down. But Demon Kite will get the turtle.
Yeah, Demon Kite gets the turtle. That might be all they're looking for right now. They don't want to give too much over to Fnatic ONIC Philippines. Again, this lineup that they have, especially the fact that we have Renegade on a Carmilla, they want to be able to play into their team fights, especially later on. And what I mean by that, too, is for Domeng to use that Harith later, once that Curse of Blood is used, or UA lands that knock through with the Eternal Guard, then that's great. But they need certain timings with RORA's lineup, whereas Fnatic ONIC, they have enough crowd control and just kind of innate durability on the lineup that they have that they can actually just fight. They can skirmish. They can be fine. And whether King Kong is there or not, you'd be surprised at how much damage is going to come through between, you know, Super Prince, Kirk, and Brusco, especially because Kirk has the Warcry Emblem, and he already gets the Thunder Belt locked in at this point in the game.
Yeah, he actually likes it when you're dealing damage to him, because eventually, when his passive is stacked, and he casts his Primal Wrath,
boom.
Oh, you're the one who's going to need an ambulance.
Yeah, and that's what I mean, like the durability of this lineup is tough. Whoa, here we go. This is, by the way, real quick, the all-time total damage taken in MPL Philippines from Season 1 to Season 14. That's a whole lot of numbers.
1.380548055.
That's 1,380,548,055. That's a lot of damage.
So now there's a
big
race.
Dam.
There's a big damn race between Total minutes watched, hours watched versus total
I'll say,
damage.
we're all about billions today.
Yeah, billions.
Man, what would I do for some billions?
Billions of what?
Pesos.
Pesos?
Pesos or dollars, whichever, you know? I mean,
You know what I would do?
Uh.
I would get all the recalls of all the teams in MPL PH.
that's the first thing you would do if you
Yes.
had billions. All right, you know what?
That means I need a financial advisor.
No, we'll leave it at that. You know, yeah, at that point, no, you have all the calls. Turtles up here, second one of the game. Back to it. Kirk holding down the front side. And Renegade trying to get some vision there as well.
Okay.
They're going to go for this. King Kong waiting patiently. Super Prince also picking up the glowing wand in this. They'll take their time. Is Demon Kai able to get this?
Brusco with the AOG, and this time King Kong gets the turtle. Brusco pops his revitalize, still wanting to go into Renegade. Edward goes in with a penalty zone, plus the removal manipulation coming in for Super Prince. And let's see, because King Kong's still working on Yue, and he's gonna bring down Yue. A turtle plus a kill. No trades for Aurora.
Yeah, that time around, Rora doesn't get the turtle, unfortunately for them. And you see how like slow they're taking those too. Like they're taking them, that turtle to about half health or a little bit lower. They wait, and wait, and then FNOP just like, yeah, we'll fight you. And that's the power, once again, of having this real-world manipulation, having the options to even just jump in with Brusco with that Avatar of the Guardian, because you can see this, you know, he doesn't even have that first item locked in, but what is there is that Thunderbelt for Kirk. You've got the glowing one, like we mentioned from Super Prince earlier. Counter-Strike only here for King Kong, but the fighting power is going to come later for Rora's lineup, especially when Domeng starts joining the fights, and they hopefully can play into that Curse of Blood, like I said, from Renegade, but Renegade's nearly having the same experience that he did in the previous game.
Yeah, he's having a hard time easily getting bursted down and targeted out by even Brusco. And I like the dynamic between Brusco and Kirk, because Kirk is the frontliner, the zoner, the vision provider, and Brusco's just waiting for the brushes for the perfect AOG like this. Gonna catch you, gonna get bursted down by Super Prince as they work on the mid lane turret. Now Demon Kite trying to go for a trade, a cross map play up top and down bottom for Domeng, and they will get a turret.
I'm telling you, man, this, I like the way Leo mentioned it earlier. Gato Ka Cha. Like, this hero is so annoying for the team going against it, because you're not even safe under your turret. You always have to worry about where is this guy hero landing on. Like, that's what he's doing.
He's the epitome of tower dive. Literally
He's
diving.
literally a tower dive.
He's literally a tower dive. Might be even tankier than a tower.
Yeah.
As King Kong works on the top lane third, but Renegade though, he has a stun, okay. But he's gonna wait patiently for the perfect opportunity to strike.
This is his moment, but is there enough follow through and a follow up from this? Turtle's gonna go for a reset. Oh,
Crossbow of Tang onto Domeng. There's a 1v1 between the two gold laners.
oh, they're duking it out.
Okay, now good zone here for Renegade onto King Kong as Aurora works on the turtle. They will get an uncontested turtle. Now they want to go for more. Working on Brusco. Will there be a counterattack coming in from Fnatic though? And there was almost a kill from Kelra onto Domeng. He was able to cast a crossbow of Tang, but still lacked the damage to do it. He canceled this recall. He wanted to go for Kelra.
Oh, he wants the kill.
The next standard might fall in the hands though of Super Prince and Kirk. There's the counterattack and the recall from Kirk.
Kirk. Oh man, you gotta love that. You gotta love their recall here. Renegade, does he want to fight this?
Okay, they're able to avoid the Curse of Blood. Brusco, King Kong, Super Prince is here. New manipulation again from Super Prince. Bounty zone, but Kirk's gonna fall down. They want to go for more. King Kong has to escape. They're up against 4, and there was a trade Aurora was willing to take.
Good fight there. I was a little worried for Aurora, but luckily they rotated fast enough. They got that down. They also got the flicker out from Super Prince, and then Demon Kite swept in, got the Soul Sever off. So that's the thing. It's respectable damage, especially with the Suyo here. It does get the BOD now locked in, so he's got the Hunter Strike, the Blade of Despair. So that damage is starting to come online. Even so for Domeng, it was a very aggressive, I'm going to take you out, Kelra. He got him. And so now he is also in a position where, all right, he's better off, right? He's got 2 of the items that he needs, Starlium Scythe and the Feather of Heaven. They're good. At this point, RORA, if they can catch a member or 2 off from Fnatic ONIC, play into the fact that Renegade, yes, his job is literally get a stun and maybe drop that Curse of Blood. If he can do that, or they follow through off of Edward's penalty zone for these fights when this Lord comes up, that's going to be great for them. But look at this push. Kelra just going full force on this tier 2. bothered down to the bottom.
Yeah, he knows that in terms of 1v1 up against Doming, he's going to have a hard time. Again, this is a Harriet that has an advantage, especially at this part of the game. So as much as possible, he's going to try and avoid those 1v1 skirmishes and make use of the mobility of 1-1. Just go for the turret pushes as Fnatic ONIC works on the Lord.
All right, they're going to go ahead and spot out Kelra here. Lord is up at this point. Fnatic, uh-oh.
King Kong goes in with a fracture though. Okay, Kelra just continuing to free hit.
All right, they'll keep him at bay. No one goes and presses it forward. You can still see if they can play around some of the macro, push the side lanes, put some pressure somewhere else, they'll go for it. But with this minor lead that FNOP has, they can play into it. King Kong picking up the endless battle. Edward.
King Kong's up top. Aurora, will they burst down this Lord though? They're respecting the 2.7k gold lead that Fnatic has and the potential of Fnatic to just go for the kills instead of the objectives.
Just trying to spot out what he can. Knows where Demon Kite is now too, so they'll go ahead and get repositioned. No one really has to commit to the Lord at this point because either team can really just win a team fight, right? There's nothing hugely in favor of Fnatic's lineup except for the fact that, again, rearward manipulation around a Lord is great. So that's why you see, even for RORA, they kind of have to worry about where's that setup going to come from, where is also there going to be a jump in. That's always the problem when it comes to these fights. Brusco jumping in. Renegade also holding down the front. He's going to go in for the stun.
Okay, Curse of Blood. It's going to be casted, but Kelra, though, still able to free hit. Edward has to use the penalties on the walk away. AOG! Connecting on to 2. A double kill from Brusco. King Kong works on Demon Kite as Demon Kite backs away. And a perfectly executed Lord Dance for the Sonics.
I don't know, man. I think Brusco's after the MVP again. This Garakacha. You can't even run away. You have one way to exit, and he's just like, nope, that's not happening. Boom, Avatar of the Guardian. We're going to take a look at the Infinix replay once again of this fight. It was quite messy. Like, Renegade goes for the stun, and then boom, Unbreakable gets the taunt, forces a defensive penalty zone, sees the opening, charges up. Avatar of the Guardian, hero landing, Brusco, double. Like, this is why I don't know, you gotta not give up the Garakacho in this kind of series, especially with this kind of case. Like, you lose those fights, you lose those battles too easily.
And this is what you were saying even down to game number 1. Like, if the AOG is being casted in your Turisla,
yeah,
like,
where are you gonna go?
Where are you gonna go?
You already defensively used
your penalty zone
and the flicker. Like, you're a sitting duck, you know? You're not gonna get far from that. Here it is again.
Okay, AOG again connecting on to 3 just to zone out and make sure Fnatic will indeed secure an inhibitor turret. Curse of Blood will be casted as well, but Kelra is able to walk away though. In exchange for Brusco, Fnatic ONIC might be able to get an inhibitor in the bottom as soon as the minions will arrive. Rearward manipulation coming in from Super Friends though. And Aurora just continuing their immense defense. And now here comes Kelra, trying to work on Renegade. He has no stacks yet for Kelra for the crossbow of Tang, as Doming casts a Zaman Force to make sure to defend the inhibitor turrets.
That time around, Brusco jumps in, hoping that they can at least get that turret off that first Lord. Doesn't happen, so RORA does go ahead and defend successfully. 1 HP on that turret left, but nonetheless, a good defense given the circumstances. So we have to start thinking, all right, RORA. They show that they can fight, they show that they have capabilities, and yes, they're down 5,000 gold, but they're in a position where they can at least fight. They can at least go toe-to-toe. Not sure if they'd actually completely win as long as they're fighting into that death box, and that's where this is difficult. Interesting pickup, by the way, the Malefic Gun. This is an item that you don't see often. It was brought up with all those new items that did come up, but not many people pick it up, and it increases that range, so this is also going to help Kelra, hopefully get that airtime a little bit faster, a little bit easier to get those weak points down as it increases the range. So
yeah, he misses that Beatrix.
Yeah, he misses
the sniper
Beatrix.
from Beatrix.
He misses the sniper. But you know what? Overall, because Kelra doesn't have to worry about too much. Like it's more so of what is RORA going to do and how does he respond from it. And a lot of times when you have this Garakacha, you just respond to him and where he's jumping in from.
Yeah, it's like follow the leader. In this case, follow the Brusco. Follow the AOG. And for Aurora, the thing is, you have a lot of kit. You have the Curse of Blood, you have the Penalty Zone, a lot even Zaman Force, and of course the ult coming in from Yue. I think at this point, with the lead established by Fnatic Onyx, 6.2k, you need at least all to connect. So you have a chance in going up against the Sonic, especially with the second Lord.
Even with that lead, look at this. They're still going to take some time off this Lord. Not going. Oh, no.
RJ goes in with the Curse of Blood onto the backline, but gonna get punished by King Kong with the Fracture AOG again. Coming in from Brusco, but Doming answers right back with a kill of his own as Kirk brings down Doming. Here comes Kelra all the way from the back, working on Demon Kite. Not even afraid to go up against two. Edward getting back up a kill onto Kirk. And a 1v1 between Kelra and Iue. And that's it. King Kong works on the base, but Demon Kite and Edward is here. They have minions onto the bottom lane. It's going to be enhanced. Kelra just continuing to work on Edward. Here comes the crossbow of Tang. Eventually he's going to bring down Legend Zero. Legend Zero stays alive. And the defense from Aurora will succeed.
Oh, I thought that was going to be it, man. But unfortunately, not enough. And King Kong was marching in with those minions. But Aurora will live to fight another day. That body of Smith passive really came in clutch there for Redward. Not going down, but right now the Lord is up. FNOP will go ahead and get in position for this. Rora, it looks like they still want to fight, possibly, to try to steal this away or do something. But again, they're just throwing their bodies towards FNOP, really wanting to fight. Oh, waiting for a better result.
Okay, AOG coming in from Brusco all the way to the back. And Demon Kai gets the Lord! But they're going to bring down Doming, Renegade, and Demon Kai. Fnatic Onyx doesn't care about the Lord. They want to go for the kill. Goodbye, Iue. Goodbye, Game 2. Fnatic is on match point.
Took them a little bit longer, but they're going to charge up and wait to march into the base here as they go and show off. They're all charged up.
Fnatic just savoring the moments, and again, thunder, lightning, brighter than the lights of Aurora. Match point for the top seed this season.
Thunder struck right there, Fnatic on Philippines. They make it look too easy right now. What's going on here? This is definitely a refined version of what we even saw in the regular season, if you could get better than that. But panel, Leo, Rockhart, take it away.
And in a flash of light, Fnatic Onyx, after a false Lord take, wipes out Aurora to hit match point. Welcome back to the Evenings Game Tambayan. Leo here, alongside Rockhart. Is it just me, or did Ian sound a little scared after making that final call?
He did. And I respect Ian and his opinions, but you also have to respect that he said something very, very spicy earlier. And we'll talk about that just in a bit. What they deserve, though, the Lightning Gods have descended, and I actually didn't know you could improve on what they already did. It feels like they just keep getting better and better. I don't know how they do it. It's just mind-boggling for me right now.
Dear Lord, is that a back-to-back MVP performance? I mean, it's not
Brusco.
0-16, but over and over again, he threw his body at Aurora, died a couple of times, but still bought so much space for his whole team.
That's right. I mean, he threw his body up on front, but a lot of more bodies hit the floor. And I think at that point, you kind of have to wonder, is that a reason why? Is this the reason why earlier in the few matches that we saw as well, Katokasha did get a lot of attention in these games? And like we mentioned in the first game analysis, man, this is also a reason, an embodiment, right? Katokasha is like the embodiment of FNOP overall.
That's right. First phase minimum pick. He was picked second for game 1, but this time around, it was this and the Edith, and it was so worth it.
And you look at that. Multiple times in this game, Yue could barely make it out of the range of Nolan, and King Kong just gave him the business.
I almost forgot that King Kong was a fragile Nolan. Because of how strong the impact is of Brusco's presence, King Kong can just like walk in, and then there's very rarely anything left there to threaten him, and it's just he's a glass cannon. The Nolan is a glass cannon. But with Brusco's tough body,
Oh my goodness.
And just his CC. Look at that. The smile on King of is like, yeah, thanks.
Yes, sirree. And that was also like a big display of the mechanics of Kelra, preempting the knockup of Eternal Guard. Small stuff like that just really add up over time.
This is interesting. Is that a pull yourself together on Kelra's 1-1?
Yeah, that I feel like that's the cooldown.
For your battle spell.
Yeah, it's a battle spell.
Is it still called pull yourself together?
I'll have to double check.
All right, but no, that makes sense though.
It's CDR. Yeah,
so that
CDR
you get
for
it
sure.
off of your Inspire. Huh. All right.
What about
So,
that?
Again, a few very specific pickups for Kelra's 1-1. If you want to try a 1-1 in your ranked games, you also picked up the Malefic Gun. So this does indeed, as mentioned by our
Yeah.
casters, allow for you to trigger crossbow of Tang.
Just
and
add insult to injury,
yeah,
right?
just have good DPS damage from a further range. Given that 1-1 compared to most other marksmen, just MM
Mark.
in the gold lane, she's shorter range compared to them. So this helps.
Actually, another additional question to that is, I wonder if the range of your ultimate actually will kind of extend a little bit.
Interesting. Yeah, I think
Right?
it should. So
'Cause
you're
it's a normal
saying-
attack.
You're saying if they walk out of the original trigger box of the crossbow Tang,
Yeah.
will it still click given the passive effect of the Malefic Gun?
Something for us to check later, right?
You
Because
go to
that's
the lab for that, but yeah, no.
yeah, 100%.
Something to food for thought.
A great food for thought here as well is Super Prince's second win on the Eve, I believe. Bro, I mean, the Eve in itself is definitely not the most impactful hero, but if you put it on the hands of like really quality players, it hits different. I can't believe how much it made a difference here as well.
Rockhart, it's gravy. It trapped Aurora into a bad situation when they pick fights. Because look, there's a box for the Harith, there's a box for the penalty zone, there's a box for the Feast of Blood, and if you put up a real-world manipulation around it, you neutralize those effects.
You literally contain it
Yeah.
in a box.
So there's so much that Aurora are doing within a zone. If Super Prince answers back with an RWM, or worse, if he sets up the RWM first, it makes Aurora's layered approach harder to execute.
And all these, exactly. I mean, you nullify how many heroes, right? Like 2-3 heroes already with just one ult.
The
It's
math
amazing.
doesn't check out.
That's like not, it doesn't compute in some terms. But then again, that's F not making things look so simple, right? It's so simple for them.
It's these little decisions and how fast they're able to deploy and adjust on the fly along with each other's communications that make Fnatic ONIC the scary team that they are.
And I don't know how they can get better than this, to be honest. It's hard.
Maybe our analyst can tell us more. Auntie Nara, what else can they do better in Game 2?
Family is now at match point. Kaya naman isang magandang buhay. My name is Auntie Nara at narito tayo ngayon sa ating analyst hand wherein we will break down everything that happened in game number 2 between Fnatic ONIC Philippines and Aurora MLBB. We've talked about how proficient Brusco is in terms of using the Gacha. But what matters the most is the fact that FNOP seems to just get whatever the factor is when you have to pick the Gatot Kacha in your lineup. All throughout the match, they knew that someone needed to be in front to tank and soak up all of the damage output necessary so that the Gatot Kacha will be able to set up using that Avatar of the Guardian. On top of that, we've seen a Super Princess real-world manipulation that, in a way, enclosed the entirety of Aurora MLBB in that zone, making it easier for the Gatot Kacha to just cast the Avatar of the Guardian, taunt them, and in a way, that gave them a variety. But here, in terms of the item progression for both of these teams, what's the most interesting thing to me is the fact that Kelra built the Malefic Gun. We were talking about this in the panel with Midnight, and we've seen that the Malefic Gun gives you 25% attack speed, Not only that, it gives you also added, in a way, range in terms of your basic attack. So I think that's one of the few reasons as to why Kelra chose to go with this item specifically. Nabanggit din na ginamit ang pull yourself together, which ensured na you have another 15% cooldown reduction in terms of your battle spells, and that changed everything for the sake of a super family. But of course, that is only game number 2 between them. Let's head on over more to our host, Mara Pino.
All right, everybody, let's go Fnatic! Go, go Fnatic! Go!
ONIC!
One more time! Let's go Fnatic! Go, go Fnatic! Go! Go ONIC! At kasama natin dito, eto Max, Hito! Marky, kamusta kayo?
Okay lang, okay.
Okay lang?
Masaya. Masaya kami, masaya. Masaya po, masaya, masaya.
Hito, ang tagal ka naming hindi nakita.
Hindi, ano lang, nagtatago lang, nagpapahinga lang.
Oh, dati CEO levels, may sunglasses. Ngayon, parang di ka na nagsusuklay.
Wala kami suklay sa bahay kasi wala nang pambili.
Bumalik ka kasi dito sa MPL Philippines eh. Yun ang sagot. O, sino nga ba yung sinusuportahan nyo?
Ako, isang tao lang eh, si Kelra lang eh.
Si Kelra.
Hindi, ONIC ha, si Kelra lang, si Kelra.
Si Kelra lang. Okay. Si Bestie, Marky.
ONIC po, ONIC.
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 Siyempre, dating
Hindi,
taga-ONIC.
TNC pa rin yan ha, TNC yata yun.
Wala na eh.
Next
Hindi,
season,
nandito
next
lang.
season, BNC.
Oh, next season, next
this
season.
season,
Oh,
ONIC,
okay. Sige nga, ano ang mensahe mo since ikaw, dati kang nandun sa Fnatic ONIC, anong gusto mong sabihin sa kanila?
Yun, good luck sa ONIC, kunin nyo na to.
Kunin ka ulit?
Hindi, kunin nyo na yung ano.
Okay.
Kunin nyo na.
na to. Okay.
Kunin
Hito.
nyo na yung kampiyonato.
Okay. Kala ko nagpapawink-wink get a clue ka dyan eh. Oh, Hito, anong gusto mo sabihin kay Kelra, yung bestie mo?
Kasi si Kelra, gusto ko talaga siya yumaman. Gusto ko siyang mag-successful para kasi yung kayamanan niya, meron din ako. Kaya Kelra, galingan mo, Kelra.
Sige, sige. Kung nag-champion, anong gusto mong, anong ang aas mo kay Kelra?
Wala, request ko na dyan, Mustang tsaka House and Lot.
Mustang.
Tapos pagka may sobra pa siyang extra, Rolex.
Rolex. Sino naman pala? Ikaw naman, Marky. Anong gusto mong sabihin kay Kelra?
Good luck. Sana makapag-MC sila.
Okay. Now, eto. Nandito tayo ngayon. It's 2-0. Ano ba ang prediction natin dito? Match prediction.
Wala na, sweep na yan, sweep. Sure na, sure. Sweep na, sweep.
Sure? Sure na sweep? O pag hindi sweep, anong gagawin mo?
Wala, hindi na mangyayari yun. Sweep na yan, sure.
Anong
100%.
consequence? Paano kung makaisa yung RORA?
Wala, hindi na yung makakisa, sure.
Sasayaw daw
sure.
siya, sasayaw.
Sasayaw kasama mo?
Hindi, siya.
Kasama ko siya.
Oh, sige. Sige, magkasama kayo.
Hindi, kahit anong mangyari, wala na. 100%, 1,200.
1,200. 1,200. Okay. Ay, ikaw, prediction.
3-0 na din yan.
3-0?
Aurora, ano?
Ano?
Ano yan, Aurora?
ONIC.
ONIC, 3-0. 0 ng dalawa na nga eh.
Tatanong lang.
Ay, sige. Marky, ikaw naman.
3-0 na lang po. 3-0.
3-0 din. Okay. Now, kung manghuhula tayo, sino yung dalawang koponan na feeling nyo makakaabot ng Grand Finals? Sino yun? O, siya daw. Ako na, sabi niya.
Siyempre, wala na tayong ibang choice dyan, kundi ONIC tsaka Bren na yan. Wala.
ONIC and Bren. Okay.
Kasi mali kasi yung prediction ko kahapon, di ba? Omega tsaka ONIC. Baka kasi yung sabihin kong team, baka hindi
Prediction!
makapasok
Quick prediction!
Sige, para maiba, ONIC tsaka Blacklist.
ONIC and Blacklist!
Blacklist.
Ikaw.
Blacklist, para
Final
maiba.
prediction.
Aurora tsaka ONIC.
Aurora at saka ONIC. Okay, bakit ulit? Tapos magtatapat ulit. Alright, tingnan natin kung sino nga ba mananalo dito sa ating game number 3. So, babato na natin to sa ating panel. Tulungan niyo ako, sabihin niyo pasok. Okay? Dito, tulungan mo ko. Ikaw din na to, Max. 1, 2, 3, panel.
Pasok!
Indeed, it was a falsetto, Hito.
I miss Hito, bro.
Good to hear from him again, as well as Cap. Eto Max, coach of TNC Pro Team, and the solution, Marky of Evil from SG. I wish we could have spent more time with them.
Yeah.
And I think that'll only happen if the series extends. But I think they called it right. This might actually be a sweep.
It looks like it, by the way. No other way around it, to be honest. We're going to try to dance around the fact that they're probably going to go 3-0. And in case you guys don't know, by the way, big history there. They were former teammates, those three. And Marky is actually, Kelra calls him his mentor. So it's really big to see them there right there.
Oh, the ties that bind. Let's throw over to Odin. She's over at the MPL playground. Check this out.
Para samahan kayo dahil alam kong masyado na mainit ang mga matches natin dyan sa loob. Dito muna tayo sa ating smart booth para mag-chill. Ano kayo meron dito? Hello! Hi! Ano daw meron dito?
Ano, may libreng skin daw po kasi dito pag bumili po ng smart SIM po.
Ay, may free skin! So, sino ang gusto mo makuhang skin?
Gusto ko po si, kahit si Alice po. Alice or Johnson.
Sinisilip mo eh. Okay, it's now time para piliin mo. Sino ba yan?
Chamba po.
Ay, Chamba! Yan ba yung gusto mo?
Opo, kay Johnson po.
Ay, ang swerte mo naman.
Actually, dalawa po yung pipiliin na skin.
Ay, dalawa?
Opo, dalawa po.
Meron din ata nagaganap dito. Hi! Kasama ang ating ambassador, i-assist niya kayo kung paano nga ba to be your own MOBB hero. You just have to post your photo using the hashtag SmartPowersMPLS14. At dito naman sa kabilang side, test your assassin reflex. Ano kailangan nila gawin dito?
Ang kailangan lang nila gawin dito is to get the 6 points to get the skin. All you need to do is purchase a Power All 99 or a prepaid eSIM. So yun, para makasali.
Visit Smart Booth now. At ngayon, puntahan naman natin ang ating Index Salon na booth. Kahapon, nakita na natin yung mga face paint, hair dye. Bisitahin natin kung sino nga ba ang sinusuportahan na team na nandito ngayon sa ating booth. Let's go! Ay, parang merong nagaganap na pagkukulay ng buhok. Hi! Hello, madam! Hala, sobrang itim ng buhok niya, pero pinapakulayan niya. Sino ba ang team na yun sinusuportahan?
ONIC po.
ONIC! Pero bakit blue? Trip lang. Trip niya lang. Pero ONIC ang kanyang sinusuportahan.
Yes po.
Is this washable?
Yes, ma'am.
Paano pag hindi? Only at Index Salon, you can experience temporary hair dye. O, kung gusto niyo iba-ibang kulay ng inyong buhok, just visit Index Salon. It's time to flex your fandom here at Index Salon booth. Everything is for free, kaya naman, kita-kits tayo dito sa MPL Playground. Back to you guys.
Rockhart, we're missing out.
They're missing out.
I need to get
I didn't know that.
I need to get my hair colored. It was a lot of fun down at the MPL playground, so go ahead, visit. If you come in for game day and you're a little early,
Yeah. I got
be
punches there.
Might be a good idea to roam around. There's more than just the smart booth, the index booth. There's a whole lot you can do.
That's right. And the merch booth is actually there. They didn't show it, but it's right next to the Index Salon booth. And I think, you know what? To be fair, we might have a lot of time since, again, this could finish quite early.
Maybe tomorrow, Odin might go ahead and visit the merch booth, show us here on the show. But once again, it's time for you to show us your freshest look.
Oh, look!
There's a booth for the official supplier of MPL Philippines, and that is Index Salon down at the MPL Playground. Give them a visit. Who is going to be our freshest face here?
Is this a King Kong cosplay?
Oh, she got that. She got that Korean vibe.
Oh, yeah. The porcelain doll vibe.
Uh-huh.
There you go.
Oh, look at that.
Look at that hair.
Is that what they call platinum blonde?
I think so. They got the hair flip down and everything.
That's got to be Index work.
That's probably Index work.
That's
Really,
gotta be
really good.
Index
And I think that's the winner. There you go.
I mean, they're all winners at the end of the day.
But watching these guys play,
The handsome and beautiful members of the MPL Philippines community.
it's a pleasure just being around them. You know what I mean? They don't need
When
to
they're not pushing down backdrops.
when they're not pushing down our
You know.
our fangs. But it's always so fun. That's also a reason why, guys, you're not too late. It's not too late for you guys to join us here. You see this place is full, right? You saw the crowd shots; they're super full. Surprisingly, there are still some slots.
There's like
for day 3 and 4.
3 or 4 seats.
Yeah.
For you and your boyfriend. There you go.
That's right. So get ready for that. But are you ready for this? These numbers are a little off the charts as well.
This is ridiculous. Home team now picks for game 3. Again, 1, 3, and 5 for home. Away picks 2 and 4. Fnatic ONIC back in the driver's seat. They say we're blue. And they have an 82% win rate when they pick their sides. And they are approaching the 90% win. Rock, this is what you're talking about. The 90% on blue.
That just means there's a 90% chance that they win a game if they pick blue side.
They win.
And they go blue side now.
90%.
90% of the games.
In blue.
Sorry, 90% of their games.
Dear
so,
Lord.
Bro, I don't know who else can do that in MPL history. Maybe another team in Indonesia.
SRG is close to that
SRG is
number.
close as well. But yeah.
But to do it in the Philippines. To do it here.
Bro, it's different. It's different, right? So we're going into game number 3 with some pretty low expectations. I'll be honest, right? I voted Aurora. I predicted Aurora, but it's pretty slim, bro. The chances of them.
You voted Aurora?
I voted Aurora in my posted prediction.
In this upper bracket match.
In this upper bracket match.
All right, let's see. It's you and Ingan who are now biting their nails. Him for more obvious reasons.
Yeah.
The first volley of bans from Fnatic ONIC, the Matilda, the Jushin, and the Phoveus. MTV for Aurora, taking out the Louis, the Fanny, and the Chip. So still open the Gatot. I would say Gatot now. Oh no, Suyo first.
That's a Suyo first. I was actually half expecting that to happen,
Right,
but
Gatot
Gatot is
first,
great.
right?
Yeah, Gatot is great.
Steal it, steal the Gatot, take it away from Bruce. No, they're not. They don't care what it. Why is Aurora doing this?
They're doing their own thing.
All right, they get Renegade his signature Cho and Demon Kite Sling. That, if I'm not mistaken, should be the #1 pick for Demon Kite all season long. No, it's not. It's the Julian.
And probably Hayabusa.
No, it's
Yeah?
Hayabusa.
Hayabusa, all right.
Highest, his best performing jungle hero is Hayabusa. This is a Cho for Renegade that goes all the way back. You think Coach why not saying, yeah, let's not wear out the Gatot?
Too much, right? But they could still pick it up here and it would still look good.
Oh,
Tigreal!
wow! The smile, the sinister smile
boy.
on their faces. How about this? Okay, coach. Okay.
You know when Brusco picks it up, bro, coach, I'd win.
It's
coach.
the signature Edith and the signature Tigreal. Best performing heroes for Fnatic ONIC. This is wild, Rockhard.
This is wild, honestly.
Dude.
Khaled's open though. Maybe they
That's
can
true.
answer that. Maybe I don't know if Edward can be ready with that pick.
I wouldn't say. I couldn't say. Maybe not.
Yeah, right? It's so hard to actually think that can happen.
There's so many ways to stop the Khalid from doing his thing with an Edith and a Tigreal.
Yeah, body slams.
I'd reckon
and throw it out.
You invest in mid or gold this early.
Obviously for mid, so many options. I think Valentina is great, but they go the other route, the Faramis.
Pick the Faramis.
Just to make sure they have it.
Ban the Valentina.
Oh, Valentina's banned. Yeah, they're gonna ban
No,
it.
you ban it, yeah.
Right.
So the whole Valentina Edith situation, it's a soft counter.
Yeah, it's not something that's really hard, high up on the priority list of these coaches, honestly.
Not a catch-all. You won't win instantly. It's just it makes it a little awkward. But
It's just nice to do it.
when you're
you know?
playing against a beast of an XP laner like Kirk,
There's the Val ban anyway.
exactly, a little awkward ain't enough.
Just to make sure that every single bit will help, right?
Yep.
If you're facing a caliber of a team like ONIC here, every advantage you can get, you take it, no question.
Say what you will about me, Rockhard, and any of the talents glazing up Fnatic ONIC, but if that's your thought process, you haven't been watching Season 14. We're just telling the truth, folks.
You just gotta watch all season long. 2 months of them just destroying everyone.
And this is the same for me and Renegade. If you think I'm looking up to Renegade a little too much, maybe you're right, but this guy turned things around. So maybe this is what they need. Maybe they need a tempo breaker. Maybe they need to get the Cho on him. It's at 2-2 right now for his record in Season 14.
Yep.
Edward lost within the XP lane. Are we expecting a switch? I did consider that now. Now that the stats come up, I didn't expect that maybe, yeah, you could throw that out to Edward.
I believe they haven't had that much of a win against it. But again, it's just still on the table. And it kind of depends as well on the last 2 picks here of FNOP, I guess.
They're allowed to flex, I see what you're saying. So this is a gold lane on 4, and then the last flex on 5.
There you go. Pretty safe. Super Friends, we mentioned this for quite a while now, that he is a guy that you gotta actually, he doesn't talk as much, but you gotta watch out for this guy.
His game talks for him.
His game talks for him, man. And he's super loud in the comms.
That's true.
Something that we didn't know until like a few weeks ago.
When you get to know him, he's a very loud guy.
Yeah, so.
Coach Jeb would know.
I know Coach Jeb would know 100%.
Yeah,
I'm sure he played with him once or twice.
Coach Jeb and I spent a weekend with Fnatic ONIC. And Super Friends was pretty loud.
There you go.
All right, so with that said, I'm expecting that this is indeed the hero pick. You're going to see a gold laner here. Harrod's still out there.
Harrod
You
feels
can Harrod.
like
I
the
think
easy pick.
Harrod is safe. You have a Faramis. You can kick people into the Zeppelin Force. You have, oh, what?
There is the first.
Oh, they're protecting Doming.
I mean, I guess they can kind of pivot here. Domin can still kind of force himself into a weird Beatrix situation if they pick up the Harris. They're trying to go for counters.
I can see now signs of frustration sinking in. Because there was a choice. You protect the overall lineup and you hide the flex, or you just protect Doming at all costs and you reveal who the XP lane and the gold lane is immediately.
100%. The free people here, except for the save for the lane, are meant to just protect one guy.
Yeah,
and this is the last pick.
Oh, they take it away too!
That's what we're talking about.
They were running out of options and they made one choice, and now Fnatic ONIC is going to pick the better of the two. They picked the Harith and the Lilia. Oh dear lord.
I would say
Prince has uptime up the wazoo.
I would say that's a great move, honestly. Just force out Doming into a weird scenario. 100% Beatrix is gonna go down here like a fly if you put the Beatrix here.
Oh dear.
So they go Moskov.
Oh yes, he looked throughout the whole debacle. The Moskov was still left open.
So he still got a pretty good pick for him.
Sure, that is their #1 best gold laner all season 14 long, but the fact that ONIC picked up the Harith shows me that Fnatic ONIC was willing to give the Moskov.
Somewhat a trade. At the same time, it just still feels like ONIC had the advantage here on the draft.
A little bit of a range shortage though for Fnatic ONIC, I gotta say.
I mean, considering Kelro picked up the Harith, yes.
Yeah, they gotta get up close and personal. So Aurora have to entertain these fights for ONIC to collapse.
And of course, Aurora has to stick close to you as well, making sure the team fights are always close to the chest.
Tight boxes! Expect to see those kind of fights in game #3 in this best of 5. It's match point for Fnatic ONIC Philippines. Let's throw it over to the gentlemen, Jose and Jose.
Thank you very much, Leo Rockhart, with a breakdown. Yes, it's match point right now.
Welcome to
Fnatic
Mobile
Philippines.
Legends.
Very decisively taking game 1. And then again in game 2, we'll see if they can extend the series this time around for RORA with the lineup they brought to the table. It's going to be nice to join with Ingan. Ingan, do you think this lineup will bring RORA a better result and take them to another game? Because your hair's on the line here.
Yeah, my hair is on the line. Brusca though, early flicker because of the pressure you and Renegade.
You said it so nonchalant, like you're not going to shave your head if this isn't 5 games.
It's impossible, no. I'm not going to shave my head. But again, going back to your question, I think...
You like this lineup?
Yeah, because Renegade's show, I mean, come on, it's Renegade. We've been saying, this is Renegade. What's the translation again?
Baka Renegade.
Baka Renegade.
This is Renegade.
He's known for using the Cho, and at the same time, Demon Kite has been performing well with the Link, plus Yue, plus Doming with the Moscow. And just like that, see, we told you.
The Hitman.
The Hitman scores a first blood onto Super Friends, who, mind you, is one of the top players, not just in a specific role, but all throughout all the players. Has one of the best KDAs as Demon Kai tries to go for it. Kelra, okay, Kelra with the dash out. Evades Demon Kite. That was close.
Yeah, that was close. Again, going on to the point here, at least for Renegade, like this is, you know, this is the stuff he couldn't do on a Rome, Terizla, and a Carmilla.
Yeah.
Like, that's one thing. But we all do know, that because we've seen enough Cho in the current meta, that it is still difficult. It is still going to be crucial that he's able to find the, you know, the marks that he wants to, the kicks that he wants to in the right direction, especially towards the later portion of this game. Because he's also working against a Tigreal who he's been known to really love this season. Uh-oh, Renegade, like I said here, Turtle's up though.
Okay.
He's going to take it.
Fnatic Onyx just working on the turtle. Tempest of Blades will be casted, but again, King Kong will secure that turtle in exchange for Kirk's life. Edward goes in with a penalty zone to bring down Kirk, but Super Friends answers right back with a kill onto Renegade. They're still working onto Brusco as he will fall down in the hands of Yue. Now Demon Kite can kill Edward here. They're chasing after him. Will the body of Smith be enough? And I think it is, because Edward will be scot-free.
Tanky enough with that passive body of Smith. But yeah, that was, you know, Fnatic Onyx, King Kong able to get the objective. Renegade again.
Oh, and the concussive blast.
Oh man, this
will burst down Super Friends.
That's tough because Super Friends has to just deal with Renegade doing this, and even though he gets, you know, a couple shots here and there, picks up a couple kills, ultimately it's also slowing Super Friends down a bit. And like our panelists mentioned, you know, Super Friends is one of the few players that does still like to go with this Lilia pick and has a lot of, probably the majority of the picks for the season overall for this Lilia. I think it's been picked up about 12 times or so.
Yeah.
So now looking at the items here, first items not falling into place. There's a kick though.
Good kick onto King Kong, but Killer answers with a Zaman Force. Spear of Destruction will connect though. King Kong in his mortal state now for the extra movement speed. And again, going back to your point with Super Friends, the thing is for Fnatic Onyx, if ever Aurora snowballs in the early game, they have huge clear wave potential because of the Lilia.
Yeah. Like, so technically if they wanted to just go ahead and they get to a point in the game where their, you know, backs are against the wall and they're defending in their base, they're actually going to be able to clear pretty well, considering the fact that they have a Lilia. You know, Harith will kind of help with that. Obviously, you're going to have to use the Zaman Force. But overall, the game in the later portions, as long as they control Domain, because again, this Moskov too can go ahead and put pressure side lanes with a Link. So your macro options for Aurora's lineups are going to be good. Like, they have a couple options. They don't actually always have to fight. And Domain especially, you know, he'll just plant himself in the side lane and then join with the Spirit of Destruction.
Yeah, basically what Keller's been doing during game number 2. Domain can just replicate it, but this time have an easier time because this is a Moscow and Spirit of Destruction now. The turtle fight can ensue here. We have 5 members for both of these teams.
All right, Edward also front side, Renegade too. Fnatic Onyx Philippines will have to just respect the fact that, you know, they could get set on. As long as they play, they know that they also just saw that kick from Renegade. He didn't get the kick he was looking for, but it's available now. Domain picking up the Corrosive Scythe for this fight. Half health on the turtle. They're going to get their time.
Yue casts another realm. King Kong gets the turtle. Spirit of Destruction will also connect. That was the blade coming in from Demon Kite. 4 blades, but the damage is not going to be enough. Brusco will fall down, and King Kong with a second skill. Gonna burst down there. And now Renegade has to walk away, being chased by Super Friends. Will he be able to escape as King Kong works on? Woo! And that was a kill onto Edward by King Kong.
Fnatic Onyx Philippines just got a whole lot in that exchange for the turtle. Couple kills brings the gold in their favor. King Kong on the hunt.
Oh, not even done. They want to go for Doming though, but Doming with a Spear of Misery to make sure to push King Kong.
There's a trade though. Kurt giving a little damage on that turret. Still working on the tier 1s here. Only 1 turret for Aurora. They got on the top side, and they'll continue to try to find what they can. But you're seeing it, right? Some of the team fights that we're talking about, the more of the delayed fights that even happen here for Fnatic Onyx, they're playing into that. First items all locked in, nearly across the board at this point. Conceal.
Who got the purple buff though? Not quite sure, but they're ganging up on King Kong. A good kick, but Brusco answers right back with an implosion. Here comes Yue with another realm. And a counterattack from Aurora might be able to bring down Brusco. A 2-for-none trade and a quick response for Aurora. Edward's not even done. He's going to cast the penalty zone onto Keller. Keller answers right back with his Admin Force though. Are they going to be able to bring down Edward? Edward flickers out. Edward again is safe, but Aurora got 2 kills.
Yeah, they weren't able to go and respond fast enough to help King Kong. But he was doing what he had to do. He wanted to put the pressure on Demon Kite to force him to get that retribution and get the purple buff that he needs. And so, you know, he had a little lead, but he got punished. So good pick up there for Aurora, and now they can go ahead, play around once again with this lead they have. It'd be good for them if they can go ahead and grab this next objective. This turtle's up. They have the space to work with. It looks like they're going to bring everybody here. Demon Kite's still kind of handling that top wave. They're on the top side, but he'll make his way eventually. Nothing even happening just yet. Renegade will take a couple shots, but he's just going to go ahead and plant himself right there in the face of Super Friends again. He's been all over him majority of this game. So they'll go ahead and get in that positioning. They're going to keep Domeng topside, so he'll join the fight if he wants to, and Demon Kite just there too.
Oh, Yue with the Nether Realm, Tear of Destruction will connect. Edward not on time to gas the penalty zone. Energy gets a kick onto Brusco. Tempest Blades coming in from Demon Kite though.
Domeng?
Look at Domeng being
King
worked
Kong.
on by King Kong. A double kill for King Kong. Kelra also.
What?
4 members of Aurora went down in the hands of the KK Connection as they take a turret with them in the middle lane. And the lead Aurora established earlier is on Fnatic's side with 1.9k.
I don't know. We got to get a replay of that. That was a play and a half. And also, King Kong, man, what a play, getting that double. I thought Domeng would at least be able to get him, but he didn't. So, hey, quickly swinging over in favor now for Fnatic ONIC Philippines. Massive win right there. Just in that fight alone for the 3rd turtle, giving them a big momentum swing. That's going to be a tier 1 going down as well. So for RORA, you're seeing that struggle. You're seeing almost getting to a point too of a little bit of a desperation. What can they find? They can't deal with kind of the pressure that's being set all around from Fnatic ONIC in terms of the team fights, but they should probably play into the strengths of dealing with some of the side lanes for now, pushing where they can. But the pressure now on the buffs is what's problematic for Demon Kite.
Okay, they're going to steal away the orange buff. Now the problem is for Aurora is that the Nether Realm's always being casted early because of the potential of the burst. Now Renegade with a good seal. But Brusco knows this also. They might be able to sandwich Renegade though, but they're going to focus instead onto Edward. Penalty zone defensively with the Nether Realm as well to try and evade the attack coming in from Fnatic. Now they're working on Renegade though. But the mobility of the show is there. He might be able to escape, but Super Prince cutting him off. Flickers out. Renegade is alive. The hitman by King Kong with a Queller!
Queller! And there it is. Thunderstruck once again. And they're feeling good. Good attempt at trying to escape. Go around everywhere. But Renegade won't get away from that one.
Look at this. Fnatic has time to flex their recalls, which by the way you can buy, because they will get an uncontested Lord. Huge, huge swing. Huge momentum boost for the Sonics. Wow.
Man, it's at this point, if you're Aurora with this kind of lineup, it's almost, you're almost wondering, you know, what do we do here? What can we find? Renegade, he's the guy that tried to get the pick off like we've said, but I said Cho struggles, Zaman Force.
So goes in right away, working on Domeng. As Renegade tries to zone them out, here comes Demon Kite though, surveying the scene. Fnatic ONIC gonna play this methodically, gonna wait for the Lord, and eventually burst down the inhibitor turrets, plus the shields have been popped. Fnatic with a 5.3k gold lead, they can easily end this.
We're gonna go ahead and deal with this Lord. Jay jumps in a little bit. Shields are the goal right now for Fnatic. They get the top one, bottom one too. Mid, it goes down as well. Turrets are still up. A couple poking here from Renegade on the front side. Spirit Misery into the wall, but they'll hold on to the base turrets for now, so RORA will keep things together, at least in their base. But they're still struggling, being kind of outpaced everywhere from Fnatic ONIC.
Yeah, outpaced, literally, outset, outmaneuvered. Fnatic just playing out of their minds again. Beautiful setups coming in from Brusco. And prior to that clash, who could forget the time that King Kong and Kelra both have their respective double kills. So it seems like Fnatic isn't bothered by the huge start, amazing start of Aurora for game number 3. Now for Aurora, what do you do in this situation? Again, going back to your point a while ago, they have an advantage when it comes to macro because they have the Ling, they have the Moskov, and they still have their inhibitors intact. They can go for the macro game. Try to create slow pushes, try to create split pushes.
Yeah.
Fnatic ONIC, with their mobility, they also know the potential of Aurora that they can do this.
That's almost a problem though too, because with a snowballed Suyo on the other side, even if you're trying to push like the side lane, you know, with Domeng even, you could kind of just get almost deleted. You know, you got to purify, that's about it. King Kong can just hunt you down and work from there. Whoa!
As you were saying,
my
it happened.
Goodness. This is, I guess it was an understatement. That you're just You're taken out in an instant, man.
Instant. That's why Yue also has to pop his Netherrealm right away whenever clashes start because of the potential of the burst. A conceal coming in from Fnatic ONIC onto the bottom lane. They're going to force out the clash here just to get an inhibitor turret. Domeng with Spirit of Destruction will connect it. They're going to burst down the inhibitor turret. Kelra goes in. Edward as well. Zaman Force coming in from Kelra as they work on. Brusco with a setup. Yue again with the Netherrealm. They're going to bring down Renegade. Demon Kai still not in the picture here as Brusco will fall down as well. Now they're going to jump right after Yue. King Kong goes after Domeng. Demon Kite is the one left. 1 second before Yue respawns here, and Fnatic has minions.
They have the minions. Couple members to defend.
Zaman Force for Kelra working on the minions before the rest of the Aurora response. Tempest Blade coming in from Demon Kai. Fnatic just finishing things off, and they will advance and face Falcon's AP Thread in the upper bracket finals.
We didn't expect this. A sweep against RORA. Clean every single game, from the fastest game to the cleanest game. Fnatic ONIC Philippines. What a performance throughout the series. They're looking like contenders to be champions for Season 14, that's for sure, because man, oh man, even that Suyo from King Kong. Man, I don't know if it's the parent buff here or what, but I know his dad's got a smile on his face out there. His parents have been here supporting them all throughout the season. But just as a team, it's hard to find a weak point here with this lineup from Fnatic ONIC.
Scary. This version of the Sonics, hungrier, more motivated. And again, you said that they're looking like contenders to take the championship for S14.
Yeah.
I gotta say, they're looking like contenders to take the championship in M6.
They're definitely going to be a force to be reckoned with if they get there.
Yes.
But one thing's for sure, one of them, either them or FCAP, are going to end up there for sure, right? Because that's who we're going to go against. And man, that's going to be an amazing series once we get there. And now also we know it's going to be a classic match both ways, man. Blacklist, RORA down there, lower bracket, FCAP, FNOP. I can't wait to see what they have to say. We're going to head on over to the stage with Marakina and FNOP. That's it for me and Egon here on the English desk. So we'll hear from you guys tomorrow. But for now, let's go over to the stage with Mara and Fnatic ONIC Philippines.
Ladies and gentlemen, Fnatic ONIC Philippines will be going to the upper bracket finals. Congratulations! Kelra, ito talaga yung perfect example kung paano nyo ipapunish ang inyong opponent. Complete domination. Talagang pag nakita to ng mga taga-ibang bansa, kakatakutan kayo. In fact, you guys beat your own record. Kanina, I don't know if you know, game number 1, fastest game so far, 9 minutes and 34 seconds. So ganito ba talaga yung plano nyo? Be aggressive and finish the game early? Was this the plan all along?
Sa kasi pagiging aggressive, madalas sa kanilang apat nagsisimula. Kumbaga, sa first turtle doon nagsisimula yung mga aggression. Kaya minsan nakikinig lang ako eh. Bahala na sila dyan. Basta galingan na lang nila.
Pagkatapos ng game 1, alam nyo ba na i-beat your record?
Hindi.
So you just went on all along, hindi kayo nagulat na, uy, parang ang bilis matapos yung tinalo natin sila just like that.
Wala, hindi man po namin iniisip yung ganun eh. Basta iniisip lang namin na lalaroin namin yung game.
Alam nyo, nakakatakot kayo. With what you're showing, nakakatakot talaga kayo. Ito naman, para kay Super Friends. Super Friends. Ito ang lineup, ito ang koponan na finally dinala ka sa upper bracket finals. Anong masasabi mo tungkol dito sa super family na nabuo nyo ngayong season 14?
Masabi ko lang masaya kasi nakalagpas ako sa first round exit.
At masaya kami talaga para sa'yo. And now it's time to announce our MVP. Let me hear it from you. Sino? Let's take a look at the screen. Ay, narinig ko dito. Brusca! MVP! You're heading to the upper bracket finals. Express mo naman sa kanila yung tumatakbo sa isip mo at anong gusto mo sabihin sa supporters.
Feel ko lang parang iba yung laro ko ngayon. Kasi nanonood yung kalimutan
Nanonood si girlfriend! O, shoutout kay girlfriend! So may girlfriend buff ngayon.
Apo.
Nagdagdag.
Apo.
Okay, anong gusto mong sabihin kay girlfriend at sa lahat ng mga girlfriends na sumusuporta sa mga teammates mo?
Maraming salamat sa... thank you so much sa pag-support sa akin kahit na na-down ako. Nandiyan ka pa rin na sumusuporta sa akin.
Bakit ka nada-down?
Parang kasi nung pagka wala ako sa RRQ, parang na-down ako eh. Tapos siya yung parang nandyan yung para i-cheer up ako. Kasi taga-Indonesia po siya eh. Bumiyahe po siya kahapon.
Wow! Taga-Indonesia pumunta dito para lang sa'yo. But you know what? You're in a much better place now because you are going to the upper bracket finals. And now, na-curious ako kay girlfriend pumunta dito sa Pilipinas para panoorin siya. Now it's time to announce our lucky fan that will get 5,000 diamonds. Come on up! Ganyan talaga dito sa MPL Philippines, namibigay kami ng diamonds para sa ating lucky fan. And now, kilalanin natin siya. Hello! Ano pong pangalan natin?
Lonnie,
Lonnie! Sino po dito ang paborito natin manlalaro?
si Brusco.
Magkatabi kayo! Okay, alam mo sabi niya na down daw siya before. So anong gusto mo sabihin sa kanya para mag-cheer up siya? Let him know how much you idolize him.
Galingan mo lagi kasi para makakuha naman kayo ng lalo si Kelra ng Corona. Saka wag kang ma-down kasi maglalaro ka pa sa M6.
Salamat po.
Great prediction! Anong gusto mo sabihin sa kanya at sa mga supporters?
Maraming salamat sa laging pag-support sa amin kasi parang ngayon ko lang din na-experience yung ganito may sumusuporta pa pala sa akin. Kaya maraming salamat.
Congratulations! I'll take this mic. Pwede kang magbow with the team and take a walk with them. Fanatic ONIC Philippines, you may now take your bow and take your walk of victory! What a dominating match from Fanatic ONIC